Hey folks, Day Hiker from the Six here, coming to you from another stunning location. I'm just outside of Badlands National Park here in beautiful South Dakota, and I'm excited to be doing another real-world RV review. And the RV that we're looking at is the TrailManor 16. Looks like a pretty large trailer, but I did tow it out here about 3 hours from the factory using my V6 Toyota Venza. And so one of the claims to fame of this trailer is it only weighs 2,700 pounds. So it's towable by a lot of different types of vehicles. Other claims to fame include it's got a dry bath and a bunk, so you're able to comfortably sleep a family of 4. It's also offering a lot of composites in the construction. TrailManor is using the same types of materials that they use for their folding campers, and they are designed to last. So I'm really excited to spend 3 nights camping in this trailer. I'm going to share my insights from camping. We're going to do our usual walkthrough through the outside and the inside. Let's get started. But before we get started, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, Arvika Bikeracks. We'll kick things off with towing impressions. I towed the TM16 from the TrailManor factory to the Badlands, which is a 3-hour drive. The tongue is a very light 160 pounds, so squat was not a concern. Conditions included both strong headwinds and crosswinds, but my car handled it very well. I did notice a tiny bit of wiggle over 60 miles per hour on the interstate, but I think you could eliminate it simply by loading gear into the front storage compartment to weight the tongue. I was towing the trailer empty. I did tow on gravel roads, and the trailer tracked perfectly even in softer gravel. I'll update fuel economy at the end of the video after dropping off the trailer. Before we do the exterior walkthrough, I thought I'd share one of my favorite RV rituals, breakfast with a view. This is Badlands Hotel and Campground in interior South Dakota. And let's start on the nose of the TM16. So you can see we have a single battery, we have a single propane tank. The power tongue jack is optional. We do have a battery cutoff switch, which is mounted right there. We have awning style glass windows, and so they're not going to let the rain in, let you get some good ventilation, and they're tinted, so they're going to keep things cool, and then they make the trailer look cool as well, and they're frameless. And now we've got all of our standard utility side features, so a fresh water connection, city water connection. We've got a huge pass-through storage. Now keep in mind, I am camping in this unit, so you're gonna see some of my things, like my barbecue. And there you go, it's a massive amount of storage. Do have the water tank here though, so that does take up a little bit of the space, but still a huge amount. And there is an access door from the inside as well to get at it. We have a tanked hot water heater, and we have an outdoor shower. And then we have a bit of a lift package with an off-road tire. Then we have our black and gray dump. We have 2 20-gallon tanks, 20 gray, 20 black, obviously. And I also love the way they put this thing to protect it. So it is behind the wheel, but it's completely protected from any road debris hitting it, which is a nice feature. And let's not forget about the black tank flush. It's not a feature you get on these lightweight trailers very often, so I really appreciate that they included it on this trailer. On the back of the trailer, you can see that we have our first of 2 awnings. I'll give you a shot of that open as well, so you can see it open, but nice feature. So that's going to cover our entry door. We get our spare tire with a full off-road tire. Nice that they give you the same tire for the spare as they put on the rest of the trailer. We have our stabilizer. So there are stabilizers on all 4 corners of this trailer. We get a solid step, and we do get a screen door as well, which I'll show you when we get inside. Here is our 30 amp connection. It's a nice one where it's a separate cord. There's no hole in the trailer that mice or bugs can get in. And it's got the little power indicator as well to tell us that we're plugged in. And remember that I am camping, so we are actually plugged in right now. And our water is hooked up as well. And here's the inlet and the outlet for the furnace. Another nice big picture window right where our dinette is. So that's a nice feature. And we have another one of those big off-road tires. We do have the 120 volt outlet here, and then we have access to the other storage door. And so plenty of storage on this unit. There are 2 key points under the trailer. Notice the spring axle and, more importantly, the composite underbelly. Up top, there is also a composite roof, something we always appreciate. And last but not least, we do have that second awning, and again, I'll give you a shot of that awning open as well. Before we look at the interior, a big thanks to today's sponsor, Arvika. I actually bought my own Arvika bike rack a few years ago, and I loved it so much that I wanted to collaborate with them. Who is Arvika? Arvika Bike Rack is a Canadian company, and they've been in business since 1999, so you know their products can handle North American roads and weather conditions no matter where you are. I love how easy it is to find the perfect fit on their website. You can shop based on your trailer model or the type of trailer you own. Then just choose the number of bikes you want to carry and the width of your bike tires, and you get the perfect rack for your needs. For the TrailManor TM16, the short A-frame bike rack kit is perfect. It's sturdy, easy to install, and allows you to transport your bikes without compromising access to the trailer. I also recommend checking out the loading ramp. It makes loading and unloading so much easier, especially if you have heavier electric bikes. If you need a bike rack, be sure to check out the description for a link and our 10% off discount code. And remember, the best way to support our channel is to support our sponsors like Arvika, since we get a small commission for every sale using our discount code. We love our Arvika bike rack, and you will too. All right, heading inside the TM16. Just had a little bit of rain, and as you can see, we do have a screen door, which is always a nice feature to have. And we'll give you the lay of the land first. So on the right, in the doorway area, you have the large refrigerator. That is a 12-volt fridge. And then to the left, you have your bathroom. And as we come up the steps, you'll see on the right, we have the dinette. At the very front of the trailer, we have the bed. And then on the left, we have the kitchen. So what we're going to do, we're going to back our way out, and we are going to start with the refrigerator. And I actually do need to back right out to show you, because it's the type of fridge that opens from both sides. So if I just wanted to grab a beverage, I could do so from outside. And you can do the same with the freezer if you wanted to grab an ice cream or what have you. Unfortunately, I'm ice creamless right now. And keep in mind, you're going to see my stuff in the trailer because I am camping in it right now. TrailManor was kind enough to lend me this trailer. So this fridge does open on the other side as well. And let's take a look inside the bathroom. And right away, we can see that we have a toilet paper holder, something that not all manufacturers include, so I love to see it here. And then as we pan up, we can see we have a window with a blind. It's going to allow some extra ventilation, as well as some light, especially if you're in a private spot. You could even leave that blind open. And then up there, you can see that we have an exhaust fan along with a light combined together. Nice feature. Then we have the mirror, and at the bottom here, we have the toilet. And then we have the shower enclosure. And this is a dry bath, folks, which I love. And it's got a skylight at the top, along with nice black shower faucet and shower head. And our walkthrough would not be complete without testing out the bathroom. And I've used it several times. The only thing I would say is that the toilet is quite high. So especially if you're a shorter person, you might want like a little footstool or something just to give you a better position to do your business, if you know what I mean. Otherwise, there's plenty of space, not a whole lot of elbow room on the right, tons of elbow room on the left, tons of leg room, even for a 6-foot tall guy like me. So no issues there. And we're gonna test the shower headroom now. And I'm, again, exactly 6 feet tall. And as you can see, even outside of the skylight, it looks like it's just around 6 feet. And of course, in the skylight, which is perfectly placed, by the way. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I've got plenty of space, probably 5 inches or something. So that skylight is really going to help with shower headroom. It's going to allow a much taller person than me to comfortably take a shower. In terms of space, it's a very large shower stall. In fact, I think the last campground shower I took in the campground showers had a smaller shower stall than this. So definitely a good amount of space for, especially for a lightweight RV. So we're gonna give the bathroom 2 thumbs up. I'm holding the camera so I can only show you one. And now would be a good time to talk about the controller. So we have controls for everything. For example, I can turn off all of the lights here. All of my tanks and their levels are there. Gives me my battery. Of course, I'm plugged in, so it's fine. And you can actually get all of this on your phone via Bluetooth. So you just hit that connect button. You have the app installed on your phone, and you can control all of these things, including opening awnings and so forth, with your phone. It's a pretty cool feature. And that's a Power Pro by WFCO. And it does have voice activation as well, which is very cool. All right. Heading inside, and we're going to shift back over to the right, and you can see that we have a dinette, and it's a two-person dinette, a wide person two dinette though, so it's quite spacious as a two-person dinette go. And you have a large picture window. It's awning style. You can see we have it open now. Nice breeze coming through the trailer right now, which is very enjoyable. And of course, if you've got a view, you're going to be able to see that view if you're using your dinette. So of course the dinette converts into a bed, and I'm just going to show you how that works. It's a very simple process, one of the easier ones that I've had to work with. And we're going to start by releasing these two clamps on the table support. And that will allow us now to move the table down just by simply pushing it. And we're just going to pull these cushions, and then the table goes all the way down, and you just hold it and close these cleats. And then of course we just fill in the gap with the remaining cushions. And this surprised me. You end up with just about a 6-foot bed. So it's exactly 6 feet, so my feet have to be up when I'm here. I'm impressed. I could sleep here if I had to. I think I'd rather sleep in the big bed though, but certainly for a taller kid, this is going to be excellent. And now we'll show you putting the bed back up. And voila, you're back to a dinette. We do have 3 large cabinets above the dinette as well. You can see I've got some of my items in there as well. They're not super deep, but they're definitely a decent size. And you've got 3 of them, which is nice. All right, moving on from the dinette area, we're going to get into the bedroom area. And you can see that down here, it's just sort of like it's the same material that you see right here. Not the white, but the gray wood. And it's just a little area that you have there. You can store some stuff. So I've got a sleeping bag, a flashlight, my hat down there right now. And then behind it, we have a very nice sized closet. You can see there's actually LED lighting in the closet, which is nice as well. And plenty of space, so you're going to be able to hang your clothes. Unfortunately, I didn't bring any hangers, so I'm not able to use that feature right now. And then we have a storage cabinet above the bed. This also folds down to become a bunk. You could use it as a bed if you wanted to sleep an extra child or a couple of small children up here. Now, if you're using this as a couple's trailer, this is a massive amount of storage above the bed here. It's just huge, huge, huge cabinets. So you've got good flexibility and good options. Now, as far as the bed itself, I slept here last night. It's 6:30 in the morning. I've been awake for a little while. So found this bed very comfy. But I did wake up in the middle of the night because I left the heat off because I'm sleeping in a sleeping bag. And the sleeping bag, I was just too hot when I went to bed, so I turned off the heat. Maybe I should have just turned it down. So I woke up a little bit cold. It's quite windy and cold outside here in South Dakota right now. And but anyway, turned on the heat and then went back to sleep, so that was fine. In terms of bed size, you can see if I put my feet where the closet is, there they are, it's right up against the closet. And then my head is right up against the wall. So this is exactly 6 feet. But if it was my wife and I, because I'm the tall one, I would sleep on this side, which gives my feet space to go out. And then she would sleep on this side. She's nowhere near 6 feet, so that would be fine. So anyway, if you're taller than 6 feet, you might find this bed a little bit short, but otherwise the mattress is extremely comfortable. This mattress is not a typical RV mattress, I can definitely tell you that. Very, very comfortable bed, and definitely enjoyed my sleep here last night. And you can see there's my sweater, which I don't have a hanger for, so I just put it there for now. We do have a window on this side, so in combination with the dinette window, you're going to have excellent ventilation. And then we bring ourselves to the kitchen, and we'll start at the top. So we do have storage. I've got my set of pots in this one, and then the rest of my camping gear there. And you can see that even in the middle, there is space there as well. I've got a pan there right now. And below the cabinets, we have our sink and our counter space, and we can expand the counter space with this sink cover, and that's just going to go and fill in the sink like so. I prefer to have it off. There's not a shortage of counter space here, so I've just been leaving it in behind, and it's nice that you do have a good place to store it. And nice bit of counter space. We have a 2-burner Furrion stove, and I like that it goes from front to back, so we're not wasting all of our counter space having one that's side to side. Down below that, we have a Furrion air fryer / microwave / convection oven. So we're getting all of the features there. And then beside that, we have a couple of drawers. And you can see I've got the manuals that came with the trailer, and then my cutlery in this one. And we've got some more goodies in this one, but obviously you could use that to store your kitchen gear or whatever you want. There is some more storage down at the bottom. I have my garbage in this one here, and that compartment just continues along. It's quite a narrow compartment, but great for cleaning supplies and all that kind of stuff. You could even put a box of cereal down there if you wanted to. In this cabinet, we have our hot water heater. I suppose you maybe could put a few things in there, but really this is for the hot water heater. We do have a little storage where we could put some spices and so on right here with the netting. And we also have LED lighting running along the edge of the counter, which is nice. In the kitchen, we have a conventional blind, but everywhere else we have nice blackout privacy shades. Just come down like so with the beautiful valance. And as you can see, we have the same setup above the dinette. I should mention that in this unit, you do get a furnace, and you can see it down there beside the fuse panel, which is just underneath our refrigerator. And then on the wall beside the refrigerator here, we have our controls for the heater or the furnace and the air conditioner. Now, normally the air conditioning controls would be on the air conditioning unit, but this being a factory trailer, this is a prototype air conditioner that they're testing out, but the current one that's standard on the unit actually has the buttons on the air conditioner. So you have everything you need to keep warm or cool depending on what the weather is doing. I just want to show you some of the power points in this RV. So just on the side of the kitchen counter here, we have 4 USBs. We have the switch for the LED lights, which you can see right here. And then we have 2 120-volt outlets. And then just coming up across the kitchen, and you can see right up there, we have prepped for a TV. So 120-volt outlets plus a cable outlet. And then scooting down by the dinette table, there is a plug by the dinette table. And then just in behind the dinette here, we have one on the wall. So plenty of power options to allow you to charge all your devices and plug in your coffee maker and all your other gadgets that you camp with. We'll get to pros and cons in a second, but before we do, I just wanted to share a few highlights from my time in South Dakota. This is a truly stunning area of the United States, and I'd highly recommend visiting if you get the chance. And of course, I owe you an update on the final fuel economy number after returning the trailer. Fuel Fuel economy finished at 26.5 liters per 100 kilometers, or 9 US mpg. Let's talk price. For the TM16 as equipped in the video, the MSRP is $27,989 US dollars. A base model with less equipment starts at an MSRP of $24,989, also in US dollars. It's time for pros and cons, and let's start with the pros. My first pro is the composite body, which includes the floor, walls, and roof. This construction should mean a long-lasting trailer. My second pro is the flexible floor plan. With the bunk down, you have a great family trailer, and with it up, you have a really nice couple setup. For my final pro, I want to give TrailManor kudos for what is a really good-looking trailer, both inside and out. The inside is bright and airy without being monotone, while the exterior looks modern and clean. Of course, that exterior is also wide and tall, and that leads me to my first con, which is aero drag. The large shape means you burn a lot of gas when towing at high speeds, but it also means a spacious trailer with a large kitchen and a dry bath, so this could be seen as a pro depending on your perspective. My second con is the fact that they didn't go with a smoother torsion axle suspension, although the trailer handled just fine on my trip, so this is not a deal breaker by any stretch. My final con is the fact that the TM16 is only offered with a 12-volt fridge. I'd like to see a more boondocking-friendly propane electric fridge instead. Overall, the TM16 is a compelling lightweight trailer. It offers premium composite construction at a lower price point than most similar trailers. It also offers a flexible floor plan with a roomy kitchen and a huge fridge. I think there is real value for money here, so if you're in the market for a lightweight travel trailer, the TM16 from TrailManor should definitely be on your list. Big thank you to today's sponsor, Arvika Bikeracks, and don't forget to check out the description for links and a 10% off discount code. Until the next video, take care.